Your friend texts you asking if you can help them move next Saturday. You don't want to. You're already fried from the week. You had plans, and honestly, you've helped them move twice before. But you say yes. When your boss sends a message Friday afternoon asking if you can take point on a project that was supposed to be someone else's, you have 17 things already on your plate. But you say yes. And then your kid's school calls asking for a parent volunteer. You're already on 2 committees. You say yes anyway, though. You hang up, sit there for a second, and think, why do I keep doing this to myself? Today, we're covering how to say no without guilt, what makes saying no so hard, what the research says about the language that actually makes it stick, and 3 ways to say no without guilt that will protect your time, your energy, and your sanity. Most people aren't bad at saying no because they're weak. They're bad at it because the brain is wired to avoid social rejection. Saying no triggers a fear response. You imagine the other person's disappointment. You imagine them thinking less of you. You imagine the awkward silence after. And rather than sit with that discomfort, you say yes and carry the cost yourself. The problem isn't generosity. Generosity is good. The problem is saying yes out of fear and calling it generosity. A 2012 study published in the Journal of Consumer Research titled, I Don't versus I Can't, When Empowered Refusal Motivates Goal-Directed Behavior, tested what happens when people change a single word in how they decline something. Participants were split into groups. One group refused requests by saying, I can't. Another group said, I don't. The I don't group was significantly more likely to hold their ground and feel better doing it. Why? I can't frames the refusal as an external constraint. Something outside you is doing the stopping. I don't frames it as identity. It's a choice. It's who you are. I can't go to every volunteer event sounds apologetic. I don't take on new commitments when my plate is already full sounds like someone who knows what they're about. That shift from permission seeking to self-definition is where the guilt starts to dissolve. Here are 3 ways to say no without guilt and mean it. Number 1, replace I can't with I don't. This is the study in action. Next time someone asks you to take on something you don't have room for, don't say I can't, I'm swamped. Try, I don't take on new projects mid-quarter, or I don't do last-minute asks. I need more lead time. You're not negotiating. You're not making excuses. You're describing yourself, and people respond to that differently. The ask tends to stop right there. Number 2, give yourself a buffer before you answer. When the ask comes in, you don't have to answer on the spot. Say, let me check and get back to you on that. Then actually check, not your calendar, but yourself. Do I want to do this, or am I afraid not to? That pause is where the guilt usually lives. Slow it down and you make a real decision instead of a reflexive one. When you come back with a no, it's a considered no, not a panicked one. And number 3, drop the explanation. Most people over-explain their no because they're trying to manage the other person's feelings. They build a whole case. I have this going on and that, and the timing isn't right, and I normally would, but that long explanation signals uncertainty, and it invites negotiation. Your neighbor asks if you can watch their dog for a week while they're away. Instead of running through your whole schedule, try, that doesn't work for me this time. The neighbor moves on. You didn't lie, and nobody's hurt. Short and clean. A no that needs defending usually ends up becoming a yes. Saying no without guilt isn't about being difficult. It's about being honest with yourself and the people asking. Start with the 2-word swap. Try I don't instead of I can't before the week is out and see what it does for you. Your move.